What's happening, guys? Welcome back. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to stay up to date for further content. Today's episode is Drawing to Reality, where I take a drawing off the internet or something that you send in and I try and turn it into reality the best I can. Today's episode is about this Backclops. I'm calling it Backclops. Please don't judge me on that name. Oh my god. So, what we'll do is jump straight in and get started. So to start off, I use the pen tool to mark out the shape of the wings and jump straight into using this bat image. And I thought the wings on him looked pretty good for the inner parts of the wings on my Backclops. I then used a lot of warping, a lot of erasing to get the wing to match the right shape of my wing. So I thought the outside of the wing had to be different to the inside of the wing. So I used this bat image and used the back of his wing to put on the back of my image. Now it's time to move on to the arms of my drawing. And I thought this was really good, it would really work. I put that in there and then I used Puppet Warp to warp the absolute shit out of it. Try and match the right shape. And that didn't work how I thought it would, so I used the pen tool to create another shape so I could match my arm exactly. I did the same for the two little arm thingies that come off inside the wings and put that in there and used Puppet Warp again. I then darkened the whole arm with an exposure layer. I wasn't sure what color I was going to make it, so I just left that part for later. I then did the exact same thing for the arm on the other side, created some shapes, dropped my arm in there, and darkened it with an exposure layer. I thought the back of the wing needed like this little arm thingy, so I thought this was perfect. I put that in there, erased, Puppet Warped, and then just added a brightness contrast to help it blend a little bit better. And that is looking pretty good, I think, so far. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll look good at the end. Then added some shadows to both wings to make it look like it's, a little bit more 3D and not just plastered on there. I did the same for the head. I masked out all the shapes and then I found this fur on the bat, which I didn't even know bats had fur. Used this, I thought it was perfect. Put that in there, clipped it to my shapes, and then used a fur brush just to go around the outside to give it a bit more realistic look, what we're looking for. Added some shadows to the edges just to make it look a little bit nicer. And then did the same for the legs and used the same sort of fur because I thought that, that would suit it. Added some shadows and that is looking pretty good. Just decided to lower the brightness on the wing, which looks much better. I realized I forgot to do the claws on the wings. So I found this image of, I don't know what it is, an eagle claw maybe? But it looked pretty perfect for the situation. I cut that out with the pen tool, dropped that in there, and guess what? Used that Puppet Warp tool once again. Then continued to add them wherever they had to go. Boom, 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 boom. Fuck yeah, looking on track. Still looks shit with the colors though. I will get to that. I had to add some more shadows to all the wings where I thought I had missed. And this is looking better and better and better very slowly. Now I was looking at the ears on this thing and I was like, what can I use? And then boom, it hit me. I'll use this dog ears. Don't worry, it'll work. Trust me. There we go, just resize that. Use the erase tool, erase a little bit out of there. That's looking better. Now do the inside of the ear, where I'll use this bit of the ear. Drop that in, and fuck yeah. Looks like some pretty good looking ears. Just add some brightness and contrast to them, and they are looking sweet. Now it's time to do what part I was waiting for. The part that I think will just make this image pop. It'll make it look sick. I don't know. I actually don't even know what word I'm trying to use. But the eyeball. Found this image. Looked perfect to me. Dropped that in there. Got that the right size. And then I use Liquify to turn that eyeball into like the little cat's eye sort of eyeball. What they've got in the drawing. And then added in those extra little pupil bits. Gave it a slight little blur, looked pretty sick. And then I thought I needed to make this eyeball look cooler, or look more. So I found these veins and dropped them in there all throughout the eyeball, added a blur, and that is looking sweet. I've used a hue and saturation adjustment layer to make his eyeball red instead of blue, and that looks cool. I copied and pasted his eyeball lens thingy and just resized it to match the drawing, and I saturated the shit out of it and then made it dark or black just to try and help suit it, and I thought that would look better than a different color. I don't know, what do you think? Just needed to add a little bit of a shine to the eyeball, so I used a brightness adjustment layer, brightened the shit out of it, and then drew that on there, and look at that. I just needed to add some shadows around the edges to give it that 3D look, and that is looking pretty good. I finally decided what color I was going to make it. I'm going to make it a purpley color, so I used a hue and saturation adjustment layer and popped that on there, left, center, right, and that is looking good. Nice. I then finished him off with a slight camera raw filter just to give it a bit more detail, clarity, and adjust the colors slightly. And that is looking pretty sick. Now it's time to add a background. So this part is going to be a speed art part. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. There is my final image of the back clops. Let me know what you think in the description below. Love to hear from you guys. And if you have a drawing, send it to my email at ruthlessgraphicsyoutube@outlook.com. I'd love to try and turn your drawings into some sort of reality using Photoshop. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button if you like my content and that notification bell to stay up to date. Until next time, guys, see you later.